This is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Black. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Black. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. White, he'll try the left side. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. At the 22-yard line. Looking to throw. Black. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Raiders. Rashad Bateman, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. In motion right goes Reed. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Throwing to start the drive. Black. That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Richards. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, we'll see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Tyree Wilson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Max Crosby, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. He'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 9 now. Has his man. It's Shakir. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. They run straight ahead here with White. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Rashad White, 49 yards. And the Raiders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground. It's Pierman again. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Third and 8.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Slide for the PAT.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And again, it's Mahomes. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline.
That is incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Sly on for the extra point.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now here's Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Back to throw. Black. Flush to his right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Off play action. Black.
Got a man. It's Mayer.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Touchdown!
Michael Mayer.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this 1st half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it is 42-0.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
70 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the 1st half of this divisional round matchup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's Pacheco once again.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
A give right side for Pacheco.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
3rd and 5. On 3rd down, it's...
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the 1st down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the 1st down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
Following the fumble recovery, Black. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Black. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has Has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
This offense so far on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Black. That is caught, and he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Black escaping the pressure right.
Look at the big fella go.
And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Curry.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Raiders just continue to roll. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. 70 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to at least get one score back. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Black.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They've had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs are able to claw one back. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The
Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. First down, here's White. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Back to throw now on first down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. Looking to throw. Black. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Rashad White with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And now here is another interception. Jacorian Bennett has it. Bennett bruising ahead.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Opting to run again here with White. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster the first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now. And it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Throwing to start the drive. Black. And this one's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Down the right sideline.
And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Once more, it's Pacheco.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
Now Patrick going to change the play. Pacheco.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
They'll run for it with Pacheco.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target.
So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
He finds his man complete. It's Curry. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On fourth down, Black.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders have taken a 6-touchdown lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
That was well coached and even better executed, because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
The pass on first down. The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Christian Kirk, 36 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target.
So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Off the play fake. Black.
He'll get that out to the flat.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Black. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Chiefs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today,
and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Raiders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Pacheco headed right.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception.
Jacorian Bennett has it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. 111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On first down, they go back to Pacheco.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now it's Pierman. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
The Raiders are moving on. Thanks for watching, everybody, and so long.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.